All right, let's turn to the Big Ten tonight. Indiana is in full control. They look like they're going to make the statement of the season in the Big Ten thus far. They unravel, they fall. Wisconsin 64, Indiana 59. Guys, is Johnny Davis one of the 5 best players in college basketball right now?
That's tough. I mean, 5. I mean, try to think of 5 better players. And in my head, you got to put Jaden Ivey probably ahead, Kofi Cockburn, Drew Timme probably, Paulo Banchero.
Banchero.
Yeah, so is Davis 5? I think that could be the case. I mean, he's been pretty incredible, and it's the timely shots he's hit too. It's not just he's hitting shots early in the game and not doing much late. He's hit timely shots. He hit the game winner essentially in this one, step back 3-pointer, which gave Wisconsin the lead with 30 seconds left, and they didn't look back. So I think it's fair to say he's been one of the 5 best players in the country this year.
Yeah, and I think it's the way he's scoring as well. Like I can't really think off the top of my head the last time Wisconsin's had like a dynamic 3-level scorer. I think like great post players like Ethan Happ or like, just other different players that have played for Wisconsin in the past. And, Johnny Davis is just really good scoring at all 3 levels. He always plays under control. You never can speed him up. He's going to get to his spots. And he's literally just continuing the trend of everyone who played for that under-19 team this year, just having a breakout year. I mean, you have the Edys, the Benedict, Arizona. I mean, all these guys are just breaking out after big, summers with the U19 teams for the respective countries. So, we saw it coming during. You can see the work has continued after that, and you can see the work this year.
So I would say that right now I put him 5th. I think that Johnny Davis is exceptional in every way right now, in the way that he scores the ball, like you just said.
Johnny Davis or Colin Gillespie, Fanta?
I put Johnny Davis ahead of Colin Gillespie now.
Yeah.
But we'll get back to that later in the show. Johnny Davis, to me, is a guy on a team that, frankly, is limited offensively beyond him, but a team that makes up for their offensive deficiencies with great defense and great rebounding. And you have a star player who can fill it up and an athlete. I mean, his athleticism really jumps out. That's the unique dynamic to Wisconsin. And I got to say, on the Doster TO Fanta podcast earlier today, I said I still am murky on Wisconsin because I get worried about if Davis is off, what happens with them beyond him. But tonight is a night where, for this to happen in December, this is the type of game that just inspires such a confidence in a group. They were dead and buried. And by the same token, for heaven's sake, if you're Indiana right now, you lost in heartbreaking fashion to Syracuse last week. You lose this game tonight. Indiana really struggles from beyond the arc. Additionally, the problem that I have is what happened to Trayce Jackson Davis in this game? Like, he should never have 9 points, period. Not just him. That's on everybody involved there. You got to get him. He's your All-American. Tonight, he got beat, and Indiana got beat. They failed to close this game. I think it says more about Wisconsin and the fact that Johnny Davis is special. But, man, what a disappointment for Indiana. And some people were saying, oh, it's not a backbreaker. It's a backbreaker because of how you lost the game. That's it.
Yep.
When you're up like that in Madison, you have to seize the day.
Yeah, especially in Madison. Like, it is so hard as a Big Ten basketball fan. You guys know it, not even as Big Ten basketball. It is so hard to win at the Kohl Center. Like, you have to take advantage when you have a team like Wisconsin on the ropes there. Otherwise, what happened tonight's going to happen. And look, I'm not saying that Trayce Jackson Davis has to shoot it every time or he has to go and have a 40-point game every time, but he needs to touch the ball every single possession. Like, it's a threat, and it's better for an Indiana team if he's touching the ball. If he touches the ball, people are going to be looking at him. Everyone's focused at him. He can either see a double team and get a shooter or a cutter, or if you check him one-on-one, and no disrespect to Tyler Wall from Wisconsin, but that is food. Trayce Jackson Davis, Tyler Wall cannot check Trayce Jackson Davis. So the fact that they were going possessions at a time without touches was just very, very strange, especially in a game where you're up. Like, just work the clock and throw it into your All-American and get back home to Indiana. Like, it should have been easy.
Yeah, and they did a really good job doubling him in the first half. He did pass the ball pretty well, but I feel like they got away from giving him the ball at all in the second half, kind of like you said. Trayce Jackson-Davis should never be 4 for 10 in a game, only attempting 10 shots. You got to give him the ball more. You got to get him to the foul line because they're always going to be looking at what Trayce Jackson-Davis is doing. And Parker Stewart had a pretty good first half, didn't do much in the second half. I think that was a pretty big thing for Indiana too. But for Wisconsin, Chucky Hepburn has been really impressive. He's not a big-time scorer right now and maybe never will be, but he's already one of the best on-ball defenders in the Big Ten. He's been very impressive as a freshman.
He's been very impressive as a freshman. And TJ Wall's ability to rebound the basketball. Can't say it enough. I mean, he had 12 rebounds tonight. One thing about Indiana is, as sloppy as they sometimes can be, they've got length. I mean, that's a team that I saw last week. I watched much of their Syracuse game. I was impressed with what they were able to do on the interior at times in that game. I just thought that Wall was great in this win. Okay,